What's going on, guys? I've had a lot of people DM me questions recently regarding social media marketing, so I thought I'd just make a video going over some of the questions I've been asked, and just try and give you guys some advice. The first question I was asked is brand scaling for everyone, and how does it work? So yes, brand scaling is for anyone. Anyone could do brand scaling. You don't have to do it for clothing brands specifically. You can do it for any niche you're interested in, or any niche where you see a gap in the market, and you can go and capitalize on that. Part of the question is, how does it fully work? So essentially, you're either going to be running paid ads or like doing content. The whole idea of social media marketing is you're essentially marketing this person's brand on social media, right? You could do TikTok ads, Facebook ads, you could do Google ads. So I work with clothing brands and I market using Facebook, so Meta ads, and then TikTok ads. I specialize in TikTok ads and I have some other people on my team who do more of the Meta ad side of things, but I've been doing TikTok for years now and it's what I know a lot better than Meta ads. Another question I got asked is, how do you start? I already made a video on this on how I would start again from zero, but to keep it short, you're not going to have any case studies at the start. So you're going to have to do free work for people in order to build up your case studies and actually, have some social proof so that people are going to be willing to work with you. No one's going to pay you if you have no results, because obviously there's nothing that backs up your results. There's no way that you can guarantee results for someone if you've never gotten results in the past. Learn a skill and then you just have to go out and find clients. The next question, how do you find clients? So the main way I was finding clients initially was with cold DMs. So I would either go on TikTok or I would just go on Instagram. I would go on hashtags like hashtag clothing brand, hashtag clothes, hashtag hoodie, or I would do the same thing on TikTok. And I would find these clothing brands. I would make sure they have a decent amount of followers. They're getting some sales already, because I don't want to work with someone who has no money, obviously. So I want to make sure they're making some decent revenue. And then I'll just pitch them on how I can increase their revenue. It's either me sending them a video, like a video sales letter on Loom, or like a YouTube video I posted with a case study. Or you can just send them like a personalized video, just with insert like on your phone, and just send it over to them, because that has a really high open rate compared to like DMs or just trying to send them a script. I got asked, what do you do on a call? So it's just a regular sales call that you would do in any other business. I'm gonna record one of my sales calls so I can post it and you guys can see what it kind of looks like. There's so many sales calls online. Just go and look at it. You're not gonna be good at sales straight away. That's okay, because that's what closers are for, right? That's what you can get people to do your sales calls for you that are more experienced and have only done sales calls. I'm more well versed in business overall and mainly in ads. I specialize in ads and I don't specialize in sales. So essentially on the call, you just kind of want to draft up a plan. You don't want to work with anyone. So make sure going into it, you've already vetted the client. You don't want to just work with anyone. And you can kind of tell if they're going to be a headache client based on the first call as well. And I would rather not work with someone than work with a headache client. It's honestly, you just don't want it. You kind of just go over your whole process, your strategy, see if you can actually help them, because certain brands you may not be able to help. You may not be able to fulfill the needs that they have at the stage they're at in their brand. And in that case, you can just simply tell them that, you can't help them out. And then when it comes to getting paid, so you can either do a percentage of revenue. So you take, let's say 5%, 10% of revenue that you're generating your client, or you can do like a retainer. So you could do 6 months upfront, for example, 6-month contract. You can do like 2K per month, lock that in, or you could get it all up front for a lower price, or you could just do month-to-month contracts. It really depends, but the way I get paid is, it's a mix of revenue splits and retainers. 5 more questions I got asked. So one was, what makes a good niche? So when it comes to your niche, you want to pick something that isn't too oversaturated. Right now, honestly, clothing brand scaling is extremely oversaturated. I wouldn't really recommend getting into it. If you have no case study, it's going to be extremely hard to stand out. And honestly, it's worth your time going to a different niche. I wouldn't say like saturation should stop you from going into a specific niche. If you're really passionate about it and you have the drive and motivation to push through, and even if it's going to be harder than a different niche, if you're willing to put in a sacrifice and put in the time to make it work, then obviously you're going to be successful. But for someone that's just starting out, it could be really discouraging not getting a client in the first 6 to 8 months. And that's why I would say maybe look at a different niche that's less saturated. The main things that I would consider when building a lead list, so you have to think about it in 3 different ways, right? Does this person have the money to pay me? Is their brand something that I see long-term potential with? And do they even have a good product? A lot of brands, they'll get lucky with a random TikTok that goes viral, and then they won't get the same results with ads. But just because they got that viral video, they think their product's good, but that's not necessarily the case. Definitely make sure that their brand has longevity and they actually have enough money to pay you, because you don't want to be working with someone who can't afford your retainer and you're just wasting time on calls with them for no reason. The best outreach methods, in my opinion, I really like inbound leads the most. So that's Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube videos. That's where I've got a majority of my clients from recently, and it's so much better. I can just post a video and it can continue to get views for a year, Whereas me sending DMs, I have to continually send that every day and hire my VAs, and making videos is free. So that's why I think it's the best way to get clients. But obviously if you're starting off, you have no case studies, it's going to be really hard for you to get clients that way. So that's why I would start with cold DMs, just to build up, and try and get more clients first. And the next question is, what makes a good offer? In order to craft a good offer, you have to make something that's irresistible. So many agency owners give claims that are completely unreasonable and no one's trusting them anymore, right? They're saying, I'm going to make you 10K revenue from 1K spend every month, or you get your money back. Okay, obviously no one's really going to be able to do that, especially straight away. That's going to be almost impossible to get 10x ROAS with a brand new brand, like with a brand new pixel, with barely any data on it. That's just not realistic. So definitely offer something that's realistic, but just guarantee results. So for me, I guarantee a 3x ROAS or money back. So if you don't hit 3x ROAS, all the money that you paid me, you just get it back. Because I know I can easily hit a 3x ROAS no matter what the product is, no matter what the brand is, because I just know I'm good enough at ads to be able to get that. But obviously I also don't work with anyone. Like I can't offer that to a completely trash brand. The ROAS is typically higher. I normally like to work around like a 4 or 5x ROAS. Some clients even as high as 10x if their product and brand is really good overall. If I was to answer this question in a sentence, a good offer is offering your client a completely irresistible offer that solves their problems and minimizes their risk. Everything in business is a calculated risk, okay? So if you're offering them something with extremely low risk and very high upside, they're going to be more likely to work with you than something that has a lower upside and a higher risk. Instead of saying, we're going to run your ads for your clothing brand, you could say, we'll get at least a 3x ROAS on your ads within 30 days, or you get your money back. You have to have something unique about your offer as well. Why should they choose you over someone else? So if you're offering the same service as me, you have to have something that makes you stand out over me. What do you have that's different that I don't have? And a big thing with business is obviously people are going to want to minimize their risk. You have to offer them something that's a complete no-brainer that has basically no downside for them to pick up the offer. So for example, a revenue split. The only thing that they're losing is their ad spend. So if you can guarantee a certain amount of ad spend, so the maximum that they're going to lose, or if you're that confident in your ability, you can say, I'll even give you an ad spend back if the ads don't hit the ROAS. And another thing when it comes to offer, you really have to have urgency or scarcity. I only work with a certain amount of brands per month. So when I hop on a call, I let them know, hey, we only have 2 more spots left this month, because that creates urgency for them to want to sign up with me quicker, because there's only a limited amount of spots. There's only so many people I can work with on a monthly basis, and I won't be able to provide the best quality for my clients. So that's why I don't just work with anyone. But yeah, don't make your offer too complicated. Don't add in too many clauses. No one cares about your strategy. People only care about you getting them results. So make sure you make that clear in your offer and you'll be good. And the final question I got asked is, should I have a website? I personally don't have a website. I don't even promote my agency. I promote myself as like a freelancer, or like more of a partnership with the brands, because a lot of brands have really bad experiences with agencies and they don't want to work with them. So that's why I switched over to a partnership. So it's kind of just me coming into their brand instead of my whole agency coming in. Because a lot of people, there's a lot of bad things that have happened with agencies. A lot of very unrealistic expectations. There was a whole SMMA scam going on a couple of years ago, and a lot of people just don't trust agencies. So I found a way to position myself in a way where, people trust me more because it's just me. So yeah, that's kind of all the questions I got answered. DM me on Instagram if you have any other questions, and I'll either make a video or just respond to you. I'd love to help you guys out. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and stay tuned for the next one. I'll be posting every single day for the next month. So yeah, stay tuned.